Hey everyone, welcome to CarPodChats, the podcast that pulls back the curtain on the car business and gives you the stories, strategies, straight talk that never make it into the showroom handbook. I'm your host, Dan Malave, and if you're ever stood in front of a customer wondering, what is this person's deal? Today's episode is for you because I'm breaking down one of the most underrated skills in the car business. Let's get real. The longer you've been in this business, the more you realize something. You can't just use the same script with every customer. Sure, your managers might tell you to stick to the process, and I'm not saying ditch the basics, but the real pros flex. They adjust. Why? Because customers don't all walk in the same. Some want connection, some want data, some just want to get the hell out of there with a car. And if you treat them all the same, if you run the same steps, the same tone, the same pace, you're not selling. You're guessing. Let me paint you a picture. A few years back, I had a walk-in. Middle-aged couple, they looked chill. I launched into rapport mode, talking about the weather, how long they've lived in town. You know the drill. Dead eyes, no warmth, no smiles, just flat energy. Turns out they were engineers, ultra practical, facts only, cut the BS type of people. I lost them in the first 3 minutes. Why? Because I was trying to connect emotionally with logical thinkers. That's the moment I knew if I can't identify their mindset, I can't guide their buying journey. Let's break down the 5 buyer types. And I promise you, once you learn to spot these, you'll never look at a meet and greet the same way again. Number 1, the analyzer. This buyer is a walking Consumer Reports article. They've already Googled everything. They know trim levels you forgot existed. They probably know the torque curve, what they crave in structure. They want everything to make logical sense. They hate vague language like great deal or special value. You'll know you've got an analyzer when they start asking questions like, what's the fuel economy difference between the EX and the EXL? Do you have the full spec sheet? Is that the out-the-door price with tax, title, license, and dealer fees? They're not being difficult. They're protecting themselves. To them, clarity equals safety. The second one on the list is the driver. These are your high D personalities. Goal-oriented, decisive. They don't want fluff. They want action. They might say, here's what I need. What's your best offer? I don't need a tour of the lot. Let's just get the numbers. For drivers, speed is respect. So speak in bullet points. Keep it high level and earn the time by not wasting it. Number 3 on the list is the relator. These are your feelers. They want a good experience, but even more, they want a good connection. They'll share personal stories, talk about their dog, ask about your family. You might hear, we've been thinking about this for months now. It's a big decision. I just want to feel good about this whole process. For them, trust drives the transaction. If they like you, they're more likely to say yes. But if you rush or feel transactional, you break their rapport and then they ghost. Then you have the negotiator. They're here for the fight. This buyer walked in with one goal. Don't get screwed. They're sharp, they're aggressive, they ask things like, what's your best price? No games. I know what this car's worth. Don't give me the runaround. They might be hard to put a deal with, but they're not impossible. They just want transparency and a win. Give them options, give them facts, but most importantly, don't fold under pressure. Then you have the escaper. Now this one's tricky. They're defensive, they don't want to talk, they're in just looking mode, and they mean it. But under the hesitation, there's usually a reason. Bad experience, social anxiety, or just not ready. Don't push. Instead, let them browse. Stay nearby, be silent, and when they do talk, you listen. Here's where the rubber meets the road. For analyzers, provide breakdowns. Offer printouts or PDFs. Let them process. Say things like, here's a side-by-side comparison on the trims. I can email you a full spec sheet. Let's compare what you're getting line by line. Don't hype it. Prove it. For drivers, be sharp, be quick, be efficient. Don't ask 10 questions before showing inventory. Say, you're clear on what you want. Let's check availability and get you numbers. We can skip the fluff. Let's get in and out. They'll respect that and might even compliment your style. Now for relators, slow it down. Connect human to human. Say, I get how important this is to you. Let's make sure it feels right. Sounds like this car is part of a bigger moment for your family. They want to be understood, not closed. For negotiators, be direct, be confident. Don't flinch. Say, I respect that you've done your homework. Here's a straight answer. I can't do that number, but here's what I can do and why it makes sense. They want control, but if they respect you, they'll follow your lead. And then for escapers, keep it light. Let them lead. Say, take your time. I'll be around if anything catches your eye. No pressure. I'm just here to help if you need it. This builds safety and later trust. Let me hit you up with a few real stories. For an analyzer, guy came in with a binder. I'm not kidding. Had charts and everything. We spent 30 minutes comparing models. I matched his energy, gave him printout, and by the time he got home, he called back and bought the car. And then there's the driver. Businesswoman in a black Escalade, pulled in, left the engine running, said she had 20 minutes. I skipped the dance, showed her 2 units, and boom, deal done in 40 minutes, including finance. Then we had the relator, single mom, nervous, asking a lot of questions. I paused the deal, just listened. She told me her last salesman made her feel stupid. I gave her space and reassurance. She bought and referred her sister 2 weeks later. Then the negotiator. Dude walked in, slapped a Car Guru's printout on my desk like a badge. I calmly broke it down. Our car was priced lower and with more warranty coverage. He smiled, kind of nodded and said, all right, you got me. And we made a deal. And then an escaper, quiet guy, wouldn't test drive. I left him alone. On his 3rd visit, he asked if I remembered him. I said, yeah, I've been waiting on you. He laughed. We closed 2 hours later. Bottom line, if you want to sell more, listen more. You don't need a different pitch for every buyer. You just need awareness. Read the cues, adjust your speed, match your tone, serve the person, not just the deal. And hey, I want to hear from you. Got a wild customer story, a killer close, a total disaster that turned into a lesson? Send it in. You can message me on X at CarPodChats, hit us on Instagram at CarPodChats, or email directly at carpodchats@gmail.com. I might just use your story on the next episode. Next week on CarPodChats, we're diving into what they don't teach in product training, real skills that actually move metal. This one's for the hustlers who want to level up for real. Until then, this is Dan Malave reminding you every buyer's different and so is every opportunity. Drive smart, sell honest. See you next week.